Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lakeitra, and you are watching Midlife Alchemist. And today we're going to jump right into nail stamping. So I've got a couple different sets of nails set up. I've got white nails that we're going to practice on. I've got some black. We've got some tan, and then some different colored ones that are matte because we're going to try to do some embossing. And if I don't get too frustrated and overwhelmed, I may also try to do reverse stamping. Want to show you some nails that I've already done. Let me zoom out. Not great, but I was just practicing and playing around. And here's some other nails that I was playing with. This one came out really, really well, and I'm very happy. This is also reverse stamping. That was my first time ever doing reverse stamping, so I'm kind of pleased about that. But let's get into this. I've got some nail stamping plates. I normally order from Maniology and decided to order from a couple of different places. One is pinkmask.com. I think that's where I got this from. And this is the first one we're going to do. First things first, if you've never done nail stamping before, my disclaimer, first and foremost, I am not a professional. I am just playing around. I don't really know what I'm doing. So some of this we're going to be learning and having fun together. But I will say that these nail plates come with plastic over them. Usually it's just blue plastic. Sometimes there are multiple layers of plastic. There's a blue layer and a clear layer. So how you can tell if there's a clear layer is run your fingers across the plate. If it is completely smooth, that probably means one of two things. Either there's a plastic layer still on the plate, and you need to get it off before you use it, or you have a really cheap, poorly made plate that the designs that have not been etched deep enough, which means you're going to have a terrible time picking it up. So first and foremost, check to make sure there's not a clear layer of plastic underneath the blue layer of plastic. Okay. And second thing is your stampers. I have several stampers. Today we're going to use a rectangle and a square just because typically those are the most useful ones, although I do have a really small one. This one. This is from Maniology. And that's for really small designs. I'm not thrilled with using it because there's no real way to see where you're laying the design down at. Unlike a clear stamper, I can look through here and see where I'm placing it. Word of caution is when you are cleaning your stamper, you need to use something sticky to lay down the excess ink that'll be on your stamper. And you'll see all of this in the video. You can use Scotch tape, double-sided tape, a lint roller. They make these specialty sticky pads. I got this on Amazon. I think I maybe paid like at the time $5 or $6. Very helpful. Close up like that. And then you just peel it off. If you use acetone or any strong cleaner like that, this is what will happen. It will start to melt and warp the plastic holder as well as the rubber stamper. This will no longer be clear. It will no longer be usable. So, word of advice, do not use acetone or alcohol or anything strong to clean your stamper, both the rubber stamp or the actual holder, because it will mess it up and make it unusable. Cleaning your plates. I use Swipe by Young Nail. It is a mix of, I believe it's acetone and alcohol. That is fine for the metal plates. You want to clean your metal plates as you go, because depending on what kind of ink you're using, if you're using stamping polish, they tend to dry extremely fast. And if you don't clean your plates as you use them, it gets very hard to get the ink off. So just FYI. All right, enough yapping. Let's get into this. First things first, we're going to use this nail right here, and then we're going to use this plate from Pink Mask. It is plate N62, the Zodiac plate. And use a very basic, I'm going to use a basic black from Maniology. That's all it is, straight black. Got my little scraper here. You're going to need that. And okay, let's get into this. Had a little design at the bottom that I needed to get rid of. And I'm going to place that right here. And as you can see, I have ruined the bottom of this stamper, so I can't look through it from probably acetone. Got a little smudge, so I'm going to stamp it on this piece of paper. This piece of paper is sticky. Takes off all of the residue. And then I'm going to clean off my stamping plate. Actually, yeah, I'm going to practice what I preach today. I say clean off your stamping plate as you go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna be a good girl. And then what else am I going to put on here? I'll do this. Hopefully y'all can see this. So I have those designs down at the bottom, and I'm just going to stick it on the sticky paper to take it off so that my design is clean. And then I'm going to stick it on. There we go. And then I'm going to clean. And there we go. I feel like I might need to zoom in some more. So, all right. So that's the first nail. Do we want to do another? Maybe we'll do another one. So this is Maniology stamping polish. It dries extremely fast, and you don't have to put it in a lamp or anything. It air dries. So let's do the next nail. And sorry about the glare, y'all. I know I say that every time I make a video. Let's just do these moons down here and see how many moons I can get on one nail. Definitely not that many for sure, but I'm going to use my rectangle and oh, well, that didn't pick up very well. So I'm going to clean my stamper off. I'm going to clean my plate off, and we're going to try that again. And hopefully y'all can actually see this. And this isn't actually in the view. Let's try this again. Let's do this end this time. And you have to move fairly quick because, like I said, this air dries very fast. Okay. We have our design. Not great, but this is more to like show you how to lay, how to roll, how to lay. Y'all can watch me make mistakes. So yeah, hopefully y'all can avoid doing what I'm doing. I think this is one of the trickier parts to learning how to stamp is figuring out where to lay your designs. I feel like that is the unspoken tricky part that a lot of people who do these videos don't really talk about. Okay. And then finally, let's do these little installations up here, these constellations up here. They're just a kind of a jumble of lines, so I don't know how well this is going to pick up, but we're about to find out. And top to bottom. Oh, that picked up pretty well. So I'm gonna oh, okay. That went better than I expected. Good job, Lakeisha. Good job. Okay, so let me clean this off. And then we can move on to the next plate from the next vendor. Okay, next we have from Clear, let me zoom out. Ooh, Clear Jelly Stamper. I've got two different plates here. One is, I guess this is CJSLC-92. Yeah. And then the second one is, oh, needs to be cleaned off. But this is To Love or Not to Love 02. Let me clean this off because I still see. It looks like they're still white. Okay. Zoom back in. And we're going to do white nails. We've got a lot more real estate. So let's try a blue. This is again from Maniology. They're stamping art polish in color Cosmic Latte. Got everything ready. And I'm going to use this heart one right there. I know I say every video that I need to work on my lighting, but truly, this glare is killing me. Okay, so I'm going to clean off at the bottom. Here we go. Okay. And this is the downside of doing stamping on longer nails is stamping plate is never long enough. And so you have to clean it off so that you can do the rest of the nail. And again, lining it up, lining the design up. So there's a continuum of the design. Ooh, that was a little smudged. Yeah. That didn't go well. Let that air dry. Make sure my stamper is clean. And let's try this again. I don't know if this is going to pick up very well either because this looks kind of streaky. Well, so when you lay down the design, you don't want to press too hard because it will smudge and you're just going to roll it from side to side. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Next, we're going to try this one. Something is happening because this looks very streaky. And then we're just gonna roll. Oh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, give that a few seconds to air dry. While that one's air drying, I'm going to come up here to this one that says, "Don't call me babe." And do that one. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's why it's looking so streaky. I don't know. I mean, the designs are coming out okay, but so again, picked up an extra design. I'm going to take that off. And there we go. Not bad. I feel like letters are a lot more challenging than they look. Okay, so we're gonna go back to here and finish this design we were working on. Give the plate a chance to dry. Clean off that bottom. Mm. And there we go. I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Okay. Let's move on to my black nails. Man, I feel like one thing I noticed is that these plates, it is much harder to get the polish off than my Maniology plates. I don't be having these issues. I don't have to scrub like this with my Maniology plates. So I will say that is the definite drawback. Um, Next one is, well, let's do one white. Actually, I'm gonna do, there's some smaller designs here. Okay, I'm gonna do those on this black nail. And I'm going to use, I'm just gonna use gray. I'm just playing around just to kind of see what this plate will look like. Actually, I'm gonna use this brush. Maybe I'm not. Okay. So I didn't take off that extra paint right there. So that don't look that great. Okay. Let's add some more little stars to the rest of the nail. And as you can see, my lineup is not that great, but we did it. I'm going to try the design right next to that one, the circles. No, I definitely have some cleaning up to do. And I just took the whole freaking. Okay. Let's try that again. Take two. I will say this is a pretty color. For the right design, this would be really nice. I'm not doing all that extra cleaning up so I can mess up the design again. That would make me mad. Okay. Okay. I kind of messed that up. Sigh. I hope y'all got your drinks, got your snacks. My emotional support water bottle is on deck. Um, I'm going to try this design down here in the corner. It's fairly large. So let's see what this does. I'm not quite sure what I did wrong, but I don't know how I got those splotches. But okay. And I guess that's how quickly it dries, and mm, that's amazing. I'm not quite sure what this design is supposed to be. I think it's quite weird looking, honestly. But there we are. And now we're going to do animal print because that's honestly always my favorite design. We'll do this on back up here in the corner. And we won't cover the whole nail with it. Okay, we got a whole design. Appreciate it. Okay, the woman is completely distorted. I don't know how that happened, but oh, that's very unfortunate for her. Man. Okay. All right. Let's use one of these black nails and do one of these down here. Um, I feel one of them. We just gonna do it all. I guess it's dried that quick. Wow. That is so frustrating, but also impressive. All right. Let us move on. I want to do I don't think I'm going to get to the reverse stamping today, unfortunately. I do because I want to try the embossing. And so that's going to be the last thing I do today. And let me clean off my little edger. Okay, we got our matte nails. We get us a new little piece of paper, little sticky paper. I'm just going to peel this off right here. And there we go. Okay. Got 3 plates from another brand called What's Up Beauty. They What's Up Nails. They also have a makeup brand called What's Up Beauty. I have not tried. Oh, wait a minute. This is from What's Up Beauty. These are from Clear Jelly Stamper. I don't know. I think this might be kind of fun. This is What's Up Beauty, What's Up Nails B018. And I think we're going to try this one and this one. And these are shorter nails, so I'm hoping we can cover the nails all at once. And we are using the dynamic paint gel in black. This seems to have the consistency that works best. I say that, and please don't make a liar out of me on camera, please. So we're going to take that, scrape off the excess. Take my stamper. I don't have to work as fast because this still has to go in. This is going to go in the lamp. A little bit of smudging, but I don't know if this is actually made for stamping. So all things considered, I will take it. I'm going to put this in the lamp for 10 seconds because I still needed to have some stickiness. While I'm waiting on that, I'm going to clean this off. And the reason why I need to have stickiness is because I'm going to take this Be Beauty Pure Chrome Powder in copper. And yes, I should be wearing gloves. Didn't really think about it till now. And rub that, rub a dub 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 dub. Okay. Dust off the excess. That's hot. That is absolutely hot. Yeah. It is moments like this that make the struggle of stamping worth it. Truly. Let me try it on this glitter nail. This has a matte top coat over it, but eventually it is originally glitter. Um, and then we're gonna try. Got almost the whole nail covered. Definitely not perfectly lined up by no means. I still have some ink on here, so I'm gonna try this on this other nail. See if I can get it on here too. Ah, yay! That's the one thing that I do like about using not using stamping polish is that I can cover multiple nails with one stamp. So it goes a little bit faster. The downside is that it is prone to smudging. I ain't even gonna lie. So you have to be very careful with the amount of pressure that you apply. Okay, but you know what? This is fun. I realize that stamping is old. It's been in the nail community for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years at this point. Still one of my favorite things to do with nails. The little bit that I've done, once you get over the learning curve, I genuinely enjoy it. Okay, let me clean this off. I'm gonna switch up to the last plate for these last two nails. I think this is called negative space stamping. I think so. We're gonna try it. Mm, Kind of smudgy. That's what I mean when I say that prone to smudging. And I want to try some rows of dots. If you guys have done stamping and use polish other than um, the stamping polish, please let me know what you use and how you like it, and if you've gotten it to work. I'm It is hard to get polish in the mail where I live, but if I ever get back to the States, inside the continental US, where there aren't shipping restrictions, then I definitely want to try some other brands. Oh, that didn't. What happened? Okay. And now, rub polish on. This ain't gonna turn out well because it was smudged. I already know. This whole thing is gonna be streaked. Yep. So that's what happens when you smudge. So not cute, but predictable. And this is gonna have some of that too. Not as bad, but this also got smudged. And there we go. I have to say, out of all of the stampings that plates that we tried, this is my favorite. This is the most fun. Um, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your patience. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, put a heart emoji down in the comments so we can show love to ourselves and each other. And I hope this video was entertaining, informative, helpful. Please leave your feedback down in the comments. And hopefully I will see you next week in the next video. Toodles.